Hello YouTube, this is Morgan, Airspeed Prime here at my next Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles episode review for the 2012 show. This one's for Season 3, Episode 17, Meet Mondo Gecko. This was a pretty entertaining episode, for an episode that really was this one note, kind of basically a filler episode. Wasn't really related to the main plot, wasn't trying to do anything crazy with the characters. It was a pretty fun episode. Compared to some of the ones we've got this season, this was actually pretty entertaining. I like the focus on just the kind of extreme sports thing. I like the focus on the kind of skateboarding, rollerblading aspect, because I think the animation was really good throughout the entire episode, animating all these kind of crazy moves that they were doing. And I thought they put a lot of effort into that. So that really came throughout the entire episode. That just kind of unique thing that they had here. Instead of a fight, it was more of it's this crazy extreme sports death race thing, and it was just an entertaining episode. Too often than not, I feel when they do these kind of one-off episodes, they tend to be just like, okay, here's a random mutant for this week. Let's have a fight that's no different than any other fights. The turtles win, something happens, it's over. But this one was just like, no, they took a different approach, and I really appreciated it. One of my main actually thoughts during this episode was just like, is there any skateboarding animes out there? Like, basically sports anime style. It's about some character like learning to skateboard, and like they go through episodes of them learning tricks, entering competitions and stuff like that. That's something I'd really like to see. Just seeing an episode where they focus really heavily on animation around skateboarding. It was really interesting throughout the whole thing. But Mondo Gecko himself, I suppose, was the kind of main star of the episode, being the title character, and he was interesting. Again, nothing crazy here. It's just he is another one of these humans who was hit with the mutagen that the turtles made a mistake, and they kind of end up getting spilled all over the city at the start of season 2. And he's been around the city for a while now. Just this former skateboarder, now Gecko skateboarder, and it was just a pretty interesting backstory. He's kicked out and was kind of taken in by Xever, and thought, that you have to kind of fend for yourself and not really stick out for anyone else. And he just learned the value of friendship, basically, over the course of this episode from Casey and Mikey, which in itself I think was an interesting character pairing, that they just went for those two. They have that kind of extreme sports thing together, which maybe Raph doesn't really have. And it just, the three of them kind of worked reasonably well together. Yes, Gecko ends up being a kind of just alternate version of Mikey in terms of his character, but it was just a fun character for this specific episode. I like that we got to see Xever again, and apparently he's been organizing these kind of crazy death races for like a while now to entertain all the other mutants who work for Shredder. It was just, again, fun seeing like their reactions to all of this stuff happening. Just like the popcorn and stuff like that, cheering on everything that's happening. We got to see a little bit more of Hun, who we haven't seen in a while. He was introduced a couple episodes ago. And, again, there was no plot really here. I don't know where this really leaves off Mondo Gecko, if like, okay, he's gonna like live in the series with the turtles now and be part of their team, or if he's just another mutant out there who the turtles leave off on friendly terms. They didn't really make that clear at all when I felt they maybe should have. But maybe that's just the kind of thing about how the episode is this kind of one note episode that we don't need to know. Is he going to be important, going to have like a big arc if he comes back? I don't think so. It'll just be like a fun character to appear from time to time, maybe. But just again, another one of these episodes that really shows that they have way too many episodes in this season with the format that they have right now, 26 episodes per season. Episodes like this show that they don't just have a plot written really tightly over 26 episodes to tell one story. The plot at most seems to be like 15 episodes, if even that, and then they're just kind of filling in time with episodes like this and kind of other ones we've had this season. Not the worst episode of the season, not the best. It was just kind of a solid episode, more entertaining than a lot of the kind of average we've had this season. So overall, I was fairly happy with it. I do hope there's a return to the plot next week and we get more character focus and stuff like that. Of course, I think everyone wants that as we approach the end of the season, but this was a bit better than has been the case usually. So that's been the review. In the comments, let me know what your thoughts were on the episode. Thanks for watching, and bye.